Hey guys, welcome to another webinar, and I hope you had a wonderful weekend so far. Today's session, I haven't done any pre-analysis, so I'm just going to be running through it. I might not talk much, so for guys that haven't uh, seen this before, this is your first time seeing this, you might want to check the previous webinars video. But in this one, I'm just going to do quick analysis. And for those that have already, been with me for a while, you already know what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna go COT, seasonality, those two first, to see what might be in alignment. We're actually in the season for gold to go long, but the COT has not been promising so far. So for that reason, I tend to stay away from it. But if we look at the gold chart, let's see what it has for us so far. It should be doing good. Ideally, I don't know. I haven't looked at it that much yet. So yeah, it's doing good overall. So let's see if the COT aligns with it. Yeah, the COT of gold has not been in alignment for a while now, so not really, engaged. Really not paying too much on it. Let's see Bitcoin. Yeah, both sides. All right, S&P 500 is looking short. In these type of assets, yeah, you tend not to want to go above the general trend because the general trend is long. I would normally suggest you just stick with the long positions only on these guys, but COT is showing short for S&P 500. Let's see last week. Yeah, it was confused last week was between long and short, but we can see, and this is a good way to look at it because if you see last week was looking like 15,000 long and 8,000 short, but if you had traded last week based on that, ideology alone, you would have lost money. So this is why it's best to see a clear direction before you even decide to go into the asset. So let's see why this could possibly be short. Right? Let's look at seasonality. 28th of July. Yeah. Okay. 23rd. So according to this guy should have been fading from around 23rd. You can see. So if we look at because it's stacked over each other like that, it's very difficult to see. So if we look at the 37 years, from 23rd it still goes up till 29th. It should start falling from tomorrow. It doesn't look like a big move. So let's take out 37 and look at 15. 15 years says it should be falling from the 22nd. And then 5 years fall between 22nd and 26th. Let's see last week. So it starts falling. Yeah, 22nd, 23rd, right here. We had that increase in fall where the original fall started from 16th. This guy just amplified. Oh. So basically, generally, we're within this period. And this period that we're seeing right here, between the 22nd and the 4th, is going to last to the 4th, right? Well, you can see which EMA is this. This is a 50 EMA, right? Seeking support around the 50 EMA. So It could break that. I mean, it's not mean that because of the 50 EMA day that's holding anything up. It's just giving us a reference of the average price movement in the past 50 days. So I wouldn't take the trade, even though it doesn't look very good. I'll wait for them to switch back long. When they switch back long on this one, then I hit it because it's already dropped a little while. So I'm not in a hurry. I know they're most likely going to switch back long within the next 1 or 2 weeks. So hopefully, maybe market has dipped to this point, or maybe it's even taken off to around this point. Whichever way, we know it's either going to break this or it's going to seek support from this. Either is true. But this damn thing is like on steroids, like it's on steroids, man. Okay, move to the next one. No. No. Yeah, no. Check gold. We don't have a COT for silver, but silver will be a good one to trade now if we have the seasonality for it. Um, yeah, palladium as well might be a good one. Let's see, platinum. Yeah, platinum will be another good one. So we'll be looking into these guys very soon. These are the guys that I want to pull up next. Really, these softs are very good because they're quite seasonal. You can predict the movement because they follow the natural earth cycle, right? When you plant cotton, for example, you have a harvesting season, you have a planting season, right? So you know price is gonna be more expensive during the season where there is more demand and less supply, right? So and there's generally more demand when it's not harvesting season. You know, that's during the planting season through the phase of growing season. There's generally more demands during those periods, so prices tend to tank, and then when supply, you know, overruns, you're gonna find the price lower. All right, cool. Yeah, guys. So that's all I have for you guys today in this one. I mean, there's so many other assets you can look into on the CO2 report. Well, based on the ones that we have, those are the ones I'm looking into. If you want to look at Forex, I mean, these guys are here for you. There's a seasonality Forex on the side for you. You know, you can get that. You know, Australia dollar looks good at the moment. Uh, pounds not so good. CAD not so good. Euro not so good. I mean, you can see how powerful this thing is. You can just glaze through and already know which one you can touch and which one you stay away from. JPY looks good. This guy's been getting battered this year, and this is more battering coming in. And look at that massive amount. I might actually take advantage of this one because if you do look at the FX for JPY, right? Let's go JPY Forex. You know what? It's not loading, so I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'll probably do my own private analysis. Yeah, I'm gonna take you out. So stay dangerous, Godspeed, and God be with you all guys. Have a wonderful investing week. Take care.